Jai Gurudev and Nepal to lead the world. This is the 10th part of the great Katmandu saga of the initiation of 35,000 people in Ratna Park, 1974. Now, the 10th part means this is the part who transcends the numbers from 1 to 9. Okay? So we have to talk a little bit of the transcendental background. I'm very sorry, but I have to tell what is TM. This is necessary in order to understand this whole thing, which has happened. Because only in the climax you can understand the whole thing. Well, what is TM? One day, what I tell you now, I have it personally from Maharishi, personally. Others were also there, but I don't know who. Maybe Raja Emmanuel. He was with me in Rishikesh on the course. I will tell you now. One day, Swami Brahmananda Saraswati called Maharishi and told him the following story. He said, over the history of mankind, sages in the caves of the Himalaya are balancing with their sattva the stress and the wars and the horror of the world. Also, for those who don't like caves, but they are also sages, they go to monasteries and they produce sattva in monasteries. And those who don't like monasteries, they go in the market and they sit there on the street, meditating and produce sattva. And this is the system, the sattvic system, to cope with the stress of the world, to cool down the heat of the stress and strain and the struggle of life. Only sattva is able to air condition the fire of the world. Sattva. It has to do with the karma situation. Karma is getting worse and worse and more and more horrible, and even if you do nothing, karma increases. The only thing is to get your feet out of the karmic world, go to the transcendence, and from there produce sattva. Sattva is the only thing. And so, Gurudev told Maharishi this whole story and said, the flowers in the Himalayas, they lose their healing potential. This shows that the stress in the world has become so big that the saints in the caves of the Himalaya and the saints in the monasteries and the saints of the streets are not able to air condition it because it has become so big. He did not yet know that centuries later the Chinese army pulled out the sages of the caves in the Himalaya. And so Gurudev gave to Maharishi the task to bring the knowledge of the Himalayas, the air conditioning power of sattva, to the slaughterhouses of Chicago, to the war battlefields in the world, to the starving people of the world, to the struggling population in the United States and Europe. And he told him not to care about the preparation. There's no need for preparation. He said, take everyone Everyone. Not only those who are enlightened, not only those who are vegetarians, not only those who do not drink alcohol, not only those who are in celibacy. No, everyone. Because, and this is the word, in war times, everyone gets a gun in his hand. And this is what Maharshi told us in Rishikesh or my TTC. This is not a thing of schooling the people and teaching them things. No. This is, he says, a military march in order to bring sattva into the world. And the tamasic forces and the rajasic forces do not like that, because sattva defends them. And though we will have difficulties on the front to the tamasic and rajasic forces, whatever they are, it showed these are the political powers in the world. When I was naive and young, I thought if people meditate somewhere, there will be no war, because aggression will be reduced. Now I know that it doesn't matter, because the political forces, the tamasic forces, want war. And they do not care about people who are meditating and produce sattva. They destroy these people in order they can't produce sattva anymore. And so, Maharshi went into the world, and Gurudev gave this task to Maharshi because this task was the task not for a Brahmin. Brahmins don't do these things. They sit and count their cows and chant holy verses. No, this is a task for a Kshatriya, and Maharshi was a Kshatriya. And this is why Gurudev, who wanted to have this done, gave his jiva to Maharshi. So Maharshi, on the basic of a Brahmin jiva, was able to perform this thing. He developed a simple technique which everyone, the butcher in Chicago, the drunk in New York, the drug addict in London, was able to do without preparation. Maharshi developed it. He found it in the dust of the feet of his master, Swami Brahmananda. And from there he developed it. And so he did so tremendously much for the world. We cannot understand today. And the first climax was Nepal. In Nepal, there was the Sattvic earthquake. And from then on, the tamasic forces knew who was there and what TM was. When I came home, Maharshi declared the age of the enlightenment. Yeah, because there was this first tsunami in Nepal. From there, he could see through the windows of science that a new light was coming, was dawning. So Nepal was the country where the age of enlightenment for the new world started. And that's this Lord Buddha previewed when he threw the seed into the lake of Katmandu Valley, which I told you before, from where Swayambhunath came out and TM broadcast was over Nepal, and the Sattvic TM broadcast was over the whole world from this place. Hail to the King of Nepal. who made this possible. A true descendant of Lord Rama. Jai Gurudev.